We're going to kick it off with the ABCs of voting. Everybody has a million questions about how to vote, when to vote, how to make sure your vote gets counted. And we've got the city expert right here to answer all of them. And I would like to introduce Marisel Hernandez, who is the chair of the Chicago Board of Elections, and she's going to talk to us about voting. We've got a great panelist in the green room, and you're going to be hearing from a lot of them very soon. But we want to spend the next few minutes with Marisel. Welcome.
Hi, how are you?
Real good. How's it going? Are you tired yet?
Counting the days, counting the days.
Yes, yes. But, what are we at, 26?
26.
26.
26 days.
So, you know, what I'm hearing from voters, and we've gotten a lot of questions coming in to add to the virtual table, is they're confused about when they can vote and how they can vote. So you could just, how do you find out? I mean, voting has already started now in limited areas, but you could also vote early by mail. What are the options for voting right now, and how will that look going forward?
So the first option is vote by mail, which we are highly recommending. And all you have to do is go to our website, chicagoelections.gov, and you can apply for a vote by mail ballot. We're now sending the ballots out within 24 to 48 hours after we receive an application. You'll receive it. We recommend you spend 24 hours mulling through the ballot, fill it out, put it back in the envelope, fill out the yellow portion of the envelope, and send it right back. Now, this is the beautiful thing. Voters, vote by mail voters have many options. You don't feel comfortable putting it in the mail? We will have drop boxes, secure drop boxes, in every one of our early voting sites, as well as in front of 69 West Washington. You can go straight there, just drop it in, and we will take care of it. We will deliver it to the board offices.
Is that the only place that you can drop off in person?
Well, at the super site right now, at 191 North Clark and at 69 West Washington, in front of the building. Beginning October the 14th, our early voting sites will be open throughout the 50 wards, and every one of those early voting sites will have drop boxes as well. We're also planning some other locations, and as soon as we have those down, we will let everyone know. But the other option the voter has, if the voter says, I feel very uncomfortable about putting my ballot back in the mail, and I think I want to vote in person, you can do that. Just bring the ballot to an early voting site or on election day and say, you know what, I'm giving you my ballot. I want to vote in person. We'll have you sign a certification and you can go ahead and vote in person.
What if you don't have the ballot? What if you forgot and lost it?
If you forgot or lost it, you go to the early voting site and you tell them that, you fill out a certification, and you're allowed to vote. We're trying to make it as easy as possible for our voters. The one thing I recommend, if you're going to vote in person, plan your vote. Plan, because the ballot is extremely long. It is basically 2 pages back and forth. It's going to take a while to fill out. So download the ballot at home, your sample ballot, fill it out, and just bring it to the early voting site, and it'll make things much easier. The other thing, we're encouraging people to get to an early voting site as soon as possible. Do not wait. We're going to have social distancing, which means there's going to be a line outside of each of these early voting sites. We don't know how the weather's going to be, so pick a day, the coming days, where the weather's great and it's wonderful being outside, and come and vote.
So I have a question.
Go ahead, Lynn.
Can a person vote early at any site? Because it would seem that people are so used to going to a place in the neighborhood to vote So what is the answer to that, Marisel?
The answer, you can go anywhere. If you live on the north side and you happen to be on the south side, you can vote. In fact, we are going to have the early voting sites also open on election day to make it easier for everyone. So on election day, you go to your precinct polling place close to home, or if you'd like, you can go to any early voting site and vote.
So we're talking about what is true for the city of Chicago, and we may have listeners who will be listening to this who live in the suburbs, and the rules might be, the gist is the same, but the places are different. Am I right that on the Chicago Board of Election Commissioners site, you have links to other adjacent counties, or what do you recommend?
Exactly. Well, the Cook County site is cookcountyclerk.com, but if you come to our site, yes, we will have all those links.
So for all the surrounding counties,
Absolutely.
And this is a county function outside of the city.
Exactly.
What if I moved a month ago, but I never changed my address? And I want to go vote in person because I moved. Can I just show up at my old precinct and vote?
Yes.
Will I be in trouble? Am I breaking some rule?
No, you can go to your old precinct and vote. It's not a problem whatsoever. As well as go to any early voting site and vote.
Now, I remember last time in March, there was a lot of, partly because coronavirus just descended on us out of the blue, it seemed like there was a lot of confusion about where to vote. And I know you had challenges in terms of some of the polling places not being available because of fears about the virus. So how do we make sure, a lot of people are used to voting at the same place all the time. How do you make sure the place you always go to is going to be open on election day? And where do I get that information? And how much progress have you made, is your agency made in making sure that there's enough locations available on election day?
Yeah, we have, well, one of the good things is that the governor has declared November 3rd a state holiday. So we're going to be able to use more government buildings as voting locations. But we're going to do, in terms of notifying voters, we're going to have a mailing within a couple of weeks, notifying voters where their polling place is and of the early voting sites. And they could always go to our website, chicagoelections.gov, and we can provide them with all the information. And I want to stress, if any voter hears any information, any rumor, whatever, please come to the source. Come to chicagoelections.gov. We will give you the correct information.
What if I get to a polling place and they can't find my name? What do I do?
In that event, and if you registered to vote, you can always vote provisionally. So we will give you a ballot.
Explain what that word means. And it sounds like something big deal. What is a provisional vote?
We will allow you to vote, and we will take that ballot and set it aside until after the election. And if necessary, we will review your records then and determine whether in fact you were eligible to vote or not. But we will only do that in the event that the contest is close. So for example, if the contest between two candidates is 2,000 votes, there's a 2,000 vote difference. But there's only 50 provisional ballots. It's not going to make a difference in who the winner is.
So, but wait, what if you have a down ballot race? So Jane Doe, you do the provisional ballot, and I'm voting for everything from president to judges. What I don't get though, and so somehow my name is on the ballot, so you could check out if I'm supposed to vote, and my ballot is in that envelope that's secret. But there are so many races. How do you know that one of my down ballot votes may not be important? So how could you avoid checking my provisional ballot?
Because we will know by your address and the precinct where you live and what races you would have potentially voted for.
I say, so
Okay.
you'll know if in a judge race, there's a 10 votes more needed for retention, then you'll say, we got to go to the provisionals. Okay.
Exactly, exactly. But once we open that ballot, we mix it up with all the other ones. We're not, with 50 other ballots, we're not going to know.
Now, one of the things that we are hearing a lot about is concerns that there's going to be votes are going to be compromised, that people are not going to be able to access the vote properly, that there's going to be, vote theft. That's been circulating around for quite a while, and so there's a lot of concerns about election security. And so, what steps are you taking to make sure that people feel secure, not only safe in terms of their health, but also secure in terms that they'll be able to vote freely, that there'll be no interference? Will there be poll watchers available if people have problems or complaints? How will that work?
Sure. We're going to have everything as usual. We're going to have poll watchers there. We're going to have government agencies. We're in constant communication with the Department of Homeland Security, Department of Justice, State's Attorney's Office, FBI. I mean, we're conducting meetings all the time and planning for contingencies. And then on election day, we're going to have teams of attorneys, organizations that monitor the vote. They will be out. So, we believe we have a very, very good handle on this.
Do you have enough judges to open up? I forgot how many precincts you have, or how many voting places you have. Do you have all the judges set already?
We are so fortunate. We have broken a record for this election. We need about 13,000 election judges, and we are at about 12,750. We've never, ever had a situation like this before. And what's remarkable is the largest group of judges is now comprised of the 16 to 24-year-olds.
Wow.
That has never, ever happened.
Really?
That's good news. That's good news.
What did that too?
Well, I think it's the energy out there. I think this campaign and election, has touched a chord with people. There's certain issues that they want to express themselves on, and they're very enthusiastic. So I'm looking forward to a very good turnout.